Get up, George.
Here we go, Suki. It is a Tuesday.
Tuesday. How are you doing, Scotty?
And touch that day. Suki, I don't know what's happening, but as this quarantine goes further and further, I get happier.
Thank you so much, Karen.
I get happier on a daily basis the further we go into the quarantine.
I know. Me too.
And
why are you getting happier? I don't know. Why are you getting happier? I have no idea why you're getting happier. I got to share this.
I'm going to tell you why I'm getting happier.
Why?
You know why I'm getting happier? And you're going to think, you may think it's corny, and I'm not really like a sappy guy, right? I don't really get emotional. I don't get, I don't get too deep into things.
I know you don't. Yeah.
Not a lot of things tug at my heartstrings. I sometimes if I'm going to cry, I'll cry in, a closet. Nobody will see me.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
I just want to share the show one more time.
I do too. I'm trying to share. Why can't I share it, Scotty? Why?
Yeah. Oh, they don't like when you share it.
It never lets me share for some reason.
But here we go. So I'm just sharing up.
Okay. So
anyway, here's why I kind of like the quarantine. You want to say hi to Suki? Come say hi real quick.
Oh my God, let me
kids
see.
always get it. Look, here's Billy. Look, she's walking.
Billy!
Look who's walking.
So big during quarantine.
She got the cast off. She's walking. It's all good.
Billy, do you know she's wearing an AC/DC shirt?
Yeah, come here. Get in here. Come here, you cool kid. Look at her. She got AC/DC going. She has no idea who Angus Young even is.
Billy, do you know who AC/DC is?
No.
Cause I'm back in black. Cause I'm back in black. Doo-doo-doo. All right, get out of here. You punish. Go upstairs. Brush your teeth. Yeah, no, she's walking great, Sue. But listen, I'm going to tell you why I'm a little. Again, don't think I'm sappy, but I like the whole quarantine thing because we're doing things we normally never did before.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like. Today I was outside with my family. We made a fire in the pit and we're just hanging out. And I'm like, man, it's a Tuesday. You wouldn't even know it's a Tuesday. And we're eating at the dinner table every night. Normally I was at work or my kids in college.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm really
shifts, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, most of the day my kids are in their own rooms. My wife's watching TV. She already binge watched Dead to Me, went right past it. I fell asleep. She left me in the dust. And I just, for most of the day we're all, in our rooms, but I kind of like the things we're doing together, which we never really did.
Listen, I'm glad that you don't seem to be wanting to kill your children. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I don't want to kill my kids, and
I want to kill my kids.
I feel like I'm thriving. What's up, handsome?
Can I tell you something?
Can
I tell you something? Today he misbehaved. You know what he lost? His PS4. PS4 gone.
Nice. Nice.
Yes, Mom.
Oh yeah, thank you, Shyla.
Why are they all
nice
over my hairbrush?
I have no idea. Don't worry about it. Goodbye.
Stuckey, quick question: Do your kids come into the screen when you're on TLC on Sunday nights, or just this show?
Just this show because it's in my kitchen.
Listen, before we continue along, Sue, big happy birthday to a gorgeous woman who's a watcher of this program from day one. She watches every day. Alyssa Zimmerman. This is her birthday. And, her husband, Rob, wanted me to give her a shout out. What?
My birthday's in 2 weeks.
I know you. Oh, whose birthday's in 2 weeks?
Mine.
Oh, happy birthday. Can you get out of the shot now? Because this isn't your birthday. Oh, that's great. So anyway, Alyssa Zimmerman, happy birthday, young lady. We love you. She's a big fan of the show, too. So listen, coming up in about 6 minutes, legendary comedian, George Lopez.
I cannot believe how big our show has gotten, Scott. Not only have we gone international, but now we are booking celebrities that are in the other stratosphere.
Yeah. By the way, George Lopez wanted to be on the show so much. He's playing golf right now in LA. He's going to be calling in from the golf cart, Suki. I said, listen, George, you don't. Well, we could do this when you're not. No. I want to be on the show tonight. And not only that, he told me he's playing golf with Cedric the Entertainer. So old Cedric boy, he's going to be in there too.
I know. I got to tell Eric to get out of the shot too. Eric, everybody says hello.
It's amazing. Like clockwork, Suki. You got him cleaning that house. 7:04 every day. He is cleaning the house. The guy's fighting fires all day long, and he comes home and he cleans the house. It's unbelievable.
Hysterical. Unbelievable is right.
It is
unbelievable. I cook and clean all day long. He just takes care of dinner.
Nah, we don't see any of that, Suk. Only this. This is all we see.
You only see,
you know what I mean?
So if we don't see it, it doesn't really happen. The whole thing, it didn't ever happen.
No. Never have. That's why when I do stuff in the house, I got to give my wife a hint that I did it. You know what I mean?
I know.
When I sprayed down the island, the table, baby, I did it. You don't have to do it. I just want to make sure you didn't do it twice.
No, I think Eric is like loving this because he's getting so much credit because he's back and forth. He's sweeping. He's
he's wet swiffering the whole deal.
He's wet swiffering.
He's wet swiffering. It's unbelievable.
Everyone's like, is he for hire?
Donna Wallace. Hi from California. Hi, Donna. How are you? We got folks coming in. Can't wait to see George. A lot of folks happy about George. Donna Frassetto says he's clean.
Becky Lynch on her pregnancy from last night. Raw.
Yeah. Becky Lynch. She's the WWE champ no more because she's pregnant, so she gave it up. And that's that. She's going off to have some kiddies.
That's wonderful. I love that. Okay.
Nobody. I told them not to do it. They don't listen.
Paul Velasquez saying hello from the Bronx. Lisa says, my husband's the best. Okay. All right. Don't make his head too big. Hi, Lisa Mateo. Lisa Mateo is on this right now. She's a big fan of George Lopez. You know that? So I told her to tune in.
Who's Lisa Mateo? I don't see Lisa Mateo.
It says, hi, Lisa Mateo. Or was I texting her?
There's Lisa Mateo. I see Lisa.
Oh, my God. Jen McSweeney actually had a reading with Brenda.
Remember she did? How'd it go? My wife's doing that right now, Sue. My wife is she's on the phone with Brenda right now, getting a reading.
Okay. All right. So I'm curious to know. Brigida says, I'm really excited to see you guys and George. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Mark Schaefer here from Seattle to see Chris Funk Magic. Chris coming up at about 7:35. We just spoke to Chris. He's got some setup and some show.
Setup, Scotty. We got to get a setup like that. What the heck are we doing?
Suk, I believe it's time for us to head to the golf course out in California.
I want to go to California.
Some guy just checked into the green room with some crazy hat on.
Yeah.
And there he is.
There's a star.
There's a guy.
There's a network television star right there.
Cedric the Entertainer right there. Look at that.
Cedric.
An original king of comedy.
Nice.
Good to see you guys. There's Mr. Anthony Anderson over there. Let's see if I can flip.
Anthony Anderson.
George, are you? Oh, that's Anthony Anderson.
This is
I can't.
This is amazing.
Wait, George, turn your camera sideways, buddy. Turn your camera sideways.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
So listen, George, do you have to whisper because you're on the golf course? So that's Anthony Anderson up there?
Yep. And Cedric.
And Cedric?
We're one king, brother. We all find each other.
George, how you doing? Look how nice it is, Suki, in California.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Perfect weather. It was a little cloudy, and then, they paid to get the cloud lifted. At noon, everybody pitches in.
Do you? Can I tell
George.
you? Like we're like George. We're like caged animals in New York City. We're caged.
No.
We haven't gotten out.
Well,
We haven't seen sun. The weather is cold. There's nothing nice about what's happening right now for us at all. No news. No good news.
there's nothing sadder than Coney Island, an empty Coney Island. At
Right.
closed Nathan's.
Totally.
George, do you have George? Is it almost your turn to shoot or no?
No, I'm gonna stay with you guys.
Oh, you sure you don't have to play?
Yeah, no. It's my whole.
Oh, all right. Because I mean, listen.
I already put down a 5 anyways.
Nice. Listen, you're not at Pebble Beach, are you?
Yeah. We're in Calabasas.
Calabasas. Very nice.
Ah,
So
Calabasas.
it's where the new money lives.
Nice. Yeah. You don't see any Kardashians out on that course, do you?
Well, there is African American men here, so I'm sure they'll be here any minute. Wait, I think I hear a helicopter now.
Oh man. So George, listen, man, you were I understand you were on a Zoom call a couple weeks ago with LA Dodger fans, and you were
Yes.
ripping the Astros pretty good for that sign stealing stuff, huh?
Listen, I mean, with technology, with Zoom, with Facebook, with Twitter, even MySpace is more advanced than banging 2 trash can lids together when it's a curveball. Listen, if we don't ask to give the rings back, just take the good stones out and keep the rest.
Keep
But,
the
you know,
shitty cheap ones, right?
It's almost like being in an abusive relationship because the Dodgers changed their team behind those 2 World Series losses. They got rid of Puig. They changed a lot of players who were very good, but then also the emotional strain and the mental anguish that Kershaw went through, knowing that they were sign stealing. That they were. I mean, that's the thing. Is that guy incredible pitcher, but nobody should have 7th innings. I mean, we should have known. I mean, there are as many Latinos that are in those teams. They should have said, "Listen, we're all superstitious, but this happening 4 years in a row in the 7th inning, something's going on." It's ridiculous, because baseball, since 1919, people still talk about the Black Sox scandal, but somehow this one nobody wants to talk about. And I think even when spring training started, the Astros were getting booed and they were throwing inside, and it was going to be back to the way baseball used to be run, where if they didn't get fined by the league, the players would take it into their own hands. Pitchers, sliding harder into bases and stuff like that, because it is a breach of the sports. It's America's game. It's a breach of those rules. It's a breach of that baseball edict.
Yeah, I think it's edict, right?
I may be the first you kind of ever use edict. So they usually come out with, when I use a big word, they usually come out and give me a placard, put it on my car.
Listen, George.
George, I'm marking that down.
Mark that down.
A lot of people are talking about this whole 2020 commencement thing, and you're part of it. So, like, what would you say to this class, the class of 2020? Like, what could you say to these kids who work so hard that aren't getting that chance to walk across the stage or get their high school diploma, et cetera, et cetera?
Well, I think it's a bit telling as well, because we're big on traditions in every culture, and every country's big on traditions. It's a ceremony. You walk across. You've done the work. It's almost like at the end of a car race, you have to cross the finish line. Walking the stage and receiving your diploma and your degree is essentially the finish line starting into life. But what these kids and these students now have to realize is that nothing is going to be the same,
right?
And they're the first generation of that next wave of there won't be that closeness. There'll be more classes, I think, at home, and there won't be as many of this and that, and I think that it's difficult to do all of the work and not share it with your closest friends and your family, but it's a little bit telling that this is where we're going to end up as a society even.
I know.
George, listen, you've done so many great things, movies, TV, right? Stand up, the whole deal. I told my kids you were coming on tonight. The first thing they yelled out was what?
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
My man.
You know, being Mr. Electric is heavy duty now because, you know, when these kids were 5 when the movie came out, now they're 25 and 20 and they still watch it. And then Netflix has it. So, you know, I get to be embarrassed all over again. It's like when Suzanne Summers posed nude and then the pictures came out and she's like, you know, hey, I needed the money. I was young. You know, then the next generation they Google her and then, you know. So, but it's, you know, Robert Rodriguez directed that and it was Taylor Lautner's first movie. And as campy and as cheesy as it is, it occupies the imagination of a lot of generations of kids. And ultimately, you rather have that than a 4-year-old asking you why for 7 hours in a row. Trying to use a toaster. Is that 3-year-old putting a fork in the toaster? You know what? Let him. That's the way he's got to learn.
So wait, George, I'm still trying to understand your current situation. You don't have to tee off at all. These guys are just playing without you.
Well, you know, out here, since, you know, these guys usually travel with their router, I brought an ice chest. So this area right here where I'm at is a better signal. But when we're done, I'll drive up there and have those guys say hello. Like, I won't let them get too far. But I want to make sure that we're not interrupted on the golf course. It's not always the best signal. But those guys are great. Like, I've known those guys forever. You know, it's funny. I was looking at those guys, you know, and Cedric King of Comedy, and then now he's got a CBS show. Wow. And we just finished, you know, a big tour and stuff, and, you know, doing movies. And Anthony, you know, has Blackish. That's, you know, really incredible. So, you know, it's proud of those guys. You know, it's proud to see those guys continue to create and to do. Like Blackish is a great show. You know, it's like that.
Right.
You know, you don't want to say Cosby's name, so you'll just say, you know, inmate 47561 Pennsylvania. You know, everybody thought Richard Pryor was the crazy one.
Oh yeah.
And he was not.
And he lit himself on fire, didn't he?
Yeah.
He lit himself on fire, and he might come back from the dead to say, "You saved me."
I wasn't the crazy one.
Oh man. You know, now Bill Cosby's voice makes sense because it's kind of drowning. Man, you're gonna get tired of the, you know. The voice makes sense now. And the sweaters. Anything that psychedelic sweater and that voice would knock you out.
The Koji sweaters, yeah.
Without the coffee.
George, listen, last Sunday night, Suki started hosting a new show on TLC called Finding Love Live. Ooh. Where she brings together people on screens like we're on right now, and it's instant connection. And it's every Sunday night at 11. So, you know, as a guy who's, you know, you've got that experience, what's the key to finding love and getting along with women? Can the two species intermingle for a long period of time?
The bigger question, can the two boxes connect?
Well, that's a great question. You know, I find that the most difficult part for me is, you know, only using 7 minutes of the whole hour. Paying for the hour, but being done in 10 minutes. No, I think, you know what? I don't know. I mean, it's a very difficult thing. It's interesting because it all goes back to how you start and what relationships you see growing up. And some guys are very loving and some guys are very considerate. And some women, you know, have kind of a bit of, you know, there's an insecurity that's masked by being bigger and louder than anybody else. But underneath, I mean, it's hard to really get to the honest person and the honest person, you know, because, and actually, you know, when those dating sites now became more of hookup spots than relationship spots, they started out as trying to find someone to spend your life with. Yeah. And then they realized that it's just good to hook up every now and then, you know, Tinder and Raya and whatever, you know. I'm single. I've been single for 10 years and I'm on a dating app. And they said, why? And I said, you know, sometimes when you go fishing, you leave the hook in the water and then you go have lunch and come back and see if anything's on the hook.
That's true. Isn't there a dating? There's a Tinder just for like Hollywood celebrities, right?
Oh, Raya, R-A-Y-A.
Yeah.
So you,
Raya, yes.
So wait, can I ask you a question? But why would Hollywood celebrities go on there if they know that other people are on there too? You know what I mean? Like some people.
Because you're not a stranger and you want to feel better than the other person. So it still gives you rank. You still get rank. And if, you know, somebody who's underneath. Like, let's say somebody like, I don't know, you know, somebody who's not,
Lonnie Anderson.
Lonnie Anderson.
Lonnie Anderson, and somebody like Martin Milner, or one of the guys from Emergency, Kent McCord.
I love that show.
They match, and then she's like, "I'm not spending the rest of my life with Kent McCord," and then still rolls the dice.
Wait, George, who was his partner on that show? Manti, Kevin Man.
Oh, Kevin T. Those guys were. Kevin Ty. Those guys were huge stars.
Yeah,
man. Remember the girl. It's funny. It's funny when you see the girl Dixie, the nurse, and you're little, and you're like, man, she's hot, and you realize she was 53 in 1973.
She's
Everybody
93 now.
Oh, there was a guy named Charles Hill, and he was on I Love Lucy, and he was way back in the Jack Benny days. And I saw him last week at Griffith Park. He's about 125.
Wow.
He's still out here. No, that guy was easily 100 when I saw him in the 80s, and I thought, I think his name was Charles Hill, and he was on I Love Lucy. He always played like the bank manager or the manager of a store or something. If you saw him, you'll know him. Older guy, kind of, skinny and no hair, glasses.
Oh man,
it was
George.
no
listen, I don't want to make.
He was a good guy.
It's like Mr. Moody. Jesus. Listen, I don't want to make you jealous, but
no, I want to know what's in the
Mary Lou Henner was on the show.
Oh yeah,
Mary Lou Henner was on the show 2 weeks ago.
She's a mathologist.
She said she's had a crush on me for 5 years, George. 5 years.
And you know what, George? She said that we have the PF factor. You know what that means?
PF.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Go ahead, Scott.
It's the body parts, the body parts that begin with the P. Your penis and pussy, I believe she said, George. The pussy factor and the penis factor.
Penis and pussy.
Yeah.
And it's getting rarer that you see one together. Still out.
All right, on the same show.
Ever since the circuses went legit, you don't really see as many freaks as you used to.
Oh man. Hey, do you got to miss doing stand-up right now, right? With all this craziness going on?
Well, I mean, the thing is that, people would say to us, do you adjust your stand-up to the times? Because before, we're not the first generation of comedians that have been political. Everybody's been political, but this has been a more divisive time to do stand-up. So, there was I have to be careful because the Secret Service did come to my house. So there was a bounty alleged by Iran of 80 million. And then I humorously said, we'll do it for half. And then the Secret Service came to my house and asked me, did I consider that a threat? And I said, no, I considered it an estimate, but everybody else considered it a threat. Like, that's my price. If you can find somebody to do it cheaper, have at it. But that's me out the door. So, you can still make fun and be funny without having to change the way you do your work. A restaurant doesn't change the menu because one person doesn't like it.
Right.
You stay in business.
Is there anything that you miss because of quarantine, or has quarantine given you a new appreciation for other things that, we were just talking about how, we both have young families and, like we're actually home and we're actually invested and we're actually having dinner together. We're doing things that, usually the two of us are hustling, trying to make this happen, trying to make that happen. And, missing dinners, missing lunches, missing games, and missing life, really. Do you feel like this has been sort of in a way, sort of like a readjustment of what life really should be about?
Well, I have a friend of mine that, I've traveled into circles with Buddhists, I've seen the Dalai Lama and follow those guys. And I asked, the monks are always they're never negative. And I said, well, what do you think this is? And he's like, unfortunately, it's the universe resetting itself, and it's unfortunate. But, when we get a little ahead of ourselves and we start to not worry about the environment, we start worrying about each other, and we text and we don't call. Now we've spent the last 2 months surrounded by people that you love, and you get to watch your kids grow up, and you get to be with them at night, and you don't have to FaceTime them to say goodnight to them. You're there. So So as much as we want to be successful in careers, you don't want to be a absent parent for the sake of something that can never love you back. This business, so you can get laid off. And so I was gone a lot when I was doing my show, and my daughter, I caught a little bit from my daughter, and I got divorced 10 years ago, and it's legit. I owned it. Like, I put my career. I was an only child, and I didn't have a mother and a father, so I was used to putting inanimate objects in front of people. So I was better with things that couldn't feel than I was with things that could feel. So I just apologize to them for that. I'm not getting any of my money back, but it was the most expensive. It's my most expensive. I'm sorry, but this is a big town where the guys have spent. I met one of the guys from Chipotle, original investor, and he gave his wife $90 million in cash, and she took him back to court and said, "You got to put some guac on it. You got to put some more stuff in it."
What the hell? What?
90 million was not enough.
Million. Wow.
Oh.
Hey, George, listen, a lot of women, right? We got a ton of folks writing in. George Lopez looks great with facial hair. They're loving you with the goatee. And one person wrote, "Is that a?" Yeah, I said, "Are those George Lopez heads on your shirt?"
Dementia runs in my family, so I find this easier. It's a pain in the ass to paint.
Remember who you are.
Yeah. But thank you. Yeah, I've lost a little bit of weight at home, and I didn't realize I had as much money, so it's been refreshing to not pay a six-figure American Express bill for the last 2 months.
Out of curiosity, when we do kind of re-enter, because California is doing it a lot sooner than New York, what is the first couple of things you're going to do? I mean, obviously you're golfing. You're still kind of you're doing more than the rest of us are doing right now.
Well, I've done a couple movies. I was fortunate enough to start doing a little bit of dramatic parts. I did El Chicano, this movie, and then there's one called No Man's Land that takes place on the Mexican border of. I actually chase a white guy into Mexico instead of the other way around. I don't know. They're going to rewind it backwards, and then everybody will be happy at the end. But it's a movie about they're going to the other side, a crime that happens in a farm on the border, and the kid who's Anglo goes into Mexico, and I play a Texas Ranger who chases him into Mexico. So, there's good stories. It doesn't have to be a big movie to capture people's imagination. I think we'll all be binged out on. We must be under some kind of virus or symptoms when Joe Exotic's clothing line sells out.
It's insane.
I mean, this guy's fucking shooting tigers and burying them. They're like, "I gotta have that top."
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. This guy, when that girl got her arm bit off, he went to his car and pulled out a medic jacket out of the trunk of his car with a badge. He's like, "Stay with me. Don't make me get my coroner jacket. Hang in there." It's amazing that I think we all underestimate the power of white trash. I mean, I have.
Hey, George, I always love to ask guys like you who've been in the business, legendary comedians, who do you think are, like the top two comedians of all time, and who are some of the newer comedians you like today?
Well, it's different eras. So, you would say Lenny Bruce, of course. You would say George Carlin, whose birthday was the 12th. George Carlin and Richard Pryor gets a lot of attention from people of color and the generations, but Richard Pryor didn't do stand-up. He died in his early 60s, and George Carlin was still out there doing it into his late 60s. I don't know how old he was when he passed, but he was still out there doing hours and doing live specials, and nobody was doing that. And unfortunately, his wife died, and it got a little sad for him. And he rallied around the thing that he loved. When he lost his wife, the job, but he became a little bitter, became a little bit tough to see because he was always funny, but now it had a little bit of a more of an edge when you wanted to love him, but then he was kind of putting up a protective thing where he was more acerbic than he was. He was always intelligent and wasn't acerbic. You let us figure it out. It just came a little bit hot. So those guys, Pete Davidson, You know, for different people, you know, the Keenan Thompson, incredible. The
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live people, you know, they're still finding great people. And
Yeah,
you know,
you like
that.
Maniscalco? You like Sebastian
Oh yeah,
Maniscalco?
yeah, of course, man. Yeah, yeah. He did my talk show 10 years ago when he was starting, and
He's amazing.
he's great. He's great. He's great. Good for him. You know, Family Guy's got his dad. I mean, I wrote about my grandmother a lot. You know, my grandfather, and he's got his mom and dad, and his kids and his wife. And I mean, that's you know, it's not every Italian guy that can put a microscope under the culture. And you know, he's just telling stories that everybody can relate to. I think I got a lot of success in that, where you didn't have to come from a big family to know that somebody would rather sit in the garage than sit at the table on Thanksgiving. Somebody rather sit in the car listening to the radio than be in there having pumpkin pie with the family.
Oh man! So George, you're not dating anybody right now? You single?
Well, you know, we've come to a bit of a fork in the road because I was always very afraid of being intimate with someone, and I would always take the superficial relationships rather than taking somebody that I had to actually be there for. And there's an opportunity to date a woman, age appropriate, and I find myself repelling from that because I still would rather
take the easy way out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and when you can't find the easy way, sit upstairs and try to play More Than a Feeling, you know, with my guitar. but it doesn't. But it's not going to get me anywhere as I get older. As I get older, I'm going to spend more and more time alone, and then it's going to be. I'm trying to avoid that, but it's very difficult to make, because if you go all in with a woman, you have to be
all in.
And not half in. I wouldn't do that to her. So I'm having a little bit of a, you know, it's like sitting in the car, starting it and then turning it off. You're like, I'll do it. And you put it in drive and you put it back in park.
Oh, it's hysterical.
Can't you just keep Cedric and Anthony around? I mean, those guys will keep you company.
I love those guys, man. I love those guys. Those guys are married too. You know, it's funny. You know, those guys have been married for a long time. Their kids starting to go to college, and you know, they all have their families. And on Mother's Day, they're all together. I'm by myself. And then I said to them one time after a show, I said, I think I'm going to start dating someone. And they were like, no. They all screamed at me. They were like, no. we live through you. Don't do it. I don't want to be hurt. You know, heartache is a game for young men, because as the one thing that doesn't change in relationships is, if a guy has, you know, feelings for someone,
right,
and they haven't called, you know, you find yourself looking at their Instagram, looking at their Twitter, driving by their house, putting your hand on the hood to see if the car's hot. And then when you're older, you can't duck behind the car and say, who's out there, because you will for sure shit on your way up, or some farts will come out, or you'll make that sound like, oh. I mean, no dude in his late 50s can bend over without going, ah. You know.
I know, man. I know.
But can I tell you something? At some point, don't you want to have a relationship where you just kind of look over at that person and just go, yeah, all right, she gets me. She gets me, and you know what? She's worth the trouble. I mean, hopefully it will be like something that where you're both connecting, and it's easy because you're both on a certain level, and you're both on an emotional level, and you're vibing on a different scale completely. But I mean, I gotta imagine Hollywood and the chicks out there aren't as, like, you know, good as the ones in New York.
Well, after hearing you lay it out like that, I'm starting to think, if dick tastes like chicken, I might go that route. I don't know what it tastes like. Everything tastes like chicken, they say.
See, George, she's always trying to make an emotional connection, and I tell her, guys don't think that way.
Guys, she almost had me.
But can I ask you a question? When are you going to turn around? When you're 75? When you're 78? And you're going to be like, oh, damn, I should have gone there. I should.
It's like
no.
the Goodfellas when you go, you almost had me. You almost had me. It sounded good until I started applying those words to myself, and I was like, no, I don't think so.
George, when I tell her when this show is over at around 8 o'clock, I flip right to Pornhub on the computer. She thinks I'm kidding.
Yeah, I've been trying to get verified on Jerkmates for the last 2 weeks. Trying to get that blue dot.
Jerkmates. I like that one.
Listen, the
Oh,
people
man.
that they use in the Jerkmates commercial are not the people. When what was that thing called? It was like a rush. It was like a roulette wheel of different people. And Snoop and I were doing it one time when I had my talk show. And you might see a guy sitting on a couch, and then it's a rotary Charlotte, something like that. And you push another button, and then it's a girl, and then it's a nipple, and then it's ass, and then it could be an old man sitting in the park. And Snoop was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck is this?" And then it only stays there for 4 seconds, and he's like, "Go back!" It's like it doesn't go back. It just keeps going forward.
You see a nice leg, and it's a man.
You can't hit 7 every time you roll. You're gonna crap out.
7.
7. But you know the whole scam though. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate as people get older. You know, you get a little more desperate for love. Like on YouTube, you see a lot of the dating scams and Canadian women. You know, where they have the I'm out of the pussy business hair, or the short haircut. You know, like a man haircut. You know, it's closed. You know, they get older and they're like, you know what? Let's get the same haircut. You know, your dick don't work, and I'm vaginally dry. Let's get the same haircut and travel. You know, so once you have the same haircut, you know, once that happens, you just pretty much you shake hands at the end of the night. You know, that's not.
George, listen, man, we love you, pal. Thank you so much for hanging with us.
So much fun.
George,
Absolutely, so much fun.
Thank you.
Did the guys? Did they leave you now? Are they on like the next pole?
Oh yeah, they're probably down at. Well, I think there's a Popeyes down here at the end of this fairway. You know, I've always believed. You know, I've been doing stand-up almost. Next month will be 41 years, and
wow.
You know, if there's one thing that unites us is the ability to laugh in tough times. And there's been no time in my life that humor has not been there for me to help me get through some of the toughest times of my life. And you know, I just try to follow that philosophy. I don't try to, you know, have everybody like me, and I don't try to pretend I'm something that I'm not. I just, you know, try to enjoy myself and be kind to people as much as I can.
Oh, we definitely feel that. We were like, George freaking Lopez is going to be on our show, Scotty.
Well, Scotty, he asked me, and I was like, yeah, man, of course. Like, I didn't think twice. I'm like, of course I'll do it. Come on.
I love it.
Suk, listen, you know, he was great. He came right on. George was like,
you know, you guys really are great. You have a great chemistry. I do see the PF. I see the PF factor.
You see the PF factor, George?
Totally.
All right. I love it.
George, listen, we love you, pal. Are they near you? Are you caught up to him or no?
No, he's no, dude. Let me see. They gotta be down here. Let's see if we can. Hang on, yeah.
Let's see.
So I have a special
Cedric
coming out.
Anthony, that'd be cool.
I can't tell you when the special is, but at the middle of the summer, and I can't tell you where it is, but it'll be the first one with not on HBO. So I'm excited about doing that.
Fantastic.
Great. Well, listen, before that comes out, you'll come back on with us. Hopefully, that'd be great.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see what these guys are.
What hole are you in? Are you
They gotta be on the next hole. They gotta be on the next hole. Hang on there. So how long have you guys been doing it? And you know what? It really is a place where, and let's talk about, you know, I'll say undocumented because now they're essential. Like those people that are providing, and they're not just Latino people, but those people that get up every morning and do those jobs and make the coffee and change the sheets in hotels or in hospitals and go, the essential workers, those are the heroes and the nurses and the doctors of this, because, you know, without them, you know, we're all tucked away and have the resources, and a lot of people don't have the luxury of not being able to do this work and those. Yeah. So, you know, I want to pay.
Let's talk about the grocery store guy that's like stocking shelves, the guys that are unpacked, the truck drivers that are taking
with those masks
stuff. Yeah. I mean, just to make our life easy.
On the way out here last week when I came to play golf, there was, you know, how people have been clapping for the migrant workers, you know. So as I was driving by, I said, I'm going to pull over and clap. So I got out, honked my horn, and I clapped. And then the guy said to me in Spanish, hey, grab a bag and, help these people out. And I said, I got a tea time in 15 minutes. And, I heard you can't wear shorts, so I drove off. My intentions were good. Yeah, that's got to be them right there.
Oh, it's hysterical. But yeah, I mean, that's what people.
There's a scary.
Oh, he's getting closer to Cedric and Anthony.
Yeah, is that them? No.
How many black people are on this golf course?
Well, that's the thing. They're not members, so they could have asked them to leave. No, they are. They got to be up here.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, listen, George, when Suki and I were doing our morning show here in New York, I think we had half the cast of Blackish on at the time, right?
We had Anthony. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, those guys. That's a that's a great show. Syndication already. I remember. I think there are over 100 episodes now. And, that's quite an accomplishment in these times when when I was doing my show that they there wasn't as many cable options, and now that there is, it's harder to draw an audience. But that show has always maintained its following. And
George, you look like you just stole a golf
We're on
cart.
the hunt for them.
Oh man, wait till they see the mileage when I return this. Did you have Anthony on or not?
Yeah, we had Anthony on. We had Anthony on a couple of times actually, 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Hey, do you remember Suki and some white dude from New York?
Let's say hi to Anthony. Hey, Anthony.
Anthony, there he is.
What's going on?
What's going on with you?
How are you, pal?
How are you doing? It's Suki and Scott.
What's going on, guys?
Nothing. We're cool.
Anthony,
Hey.
you just got George's earwax all over your ears, bud.
It's all right, man. We brothers to the end and shit.
They're funny, man. They're
You
good.
got the
Where
cigar.
you guys?
We're out in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You guys, come on.
it's good stuff.
You guys staying healthy?
Yeah, we're staying healthy.
Yeah, man, all good.
How are you?
Okay.
What hole are you on right now?
We're on 13.
13.
We're trying to find somebody to trim his beard on one of the houses.
This is
never gonna
is this
happen.
the
Let me get
quarantine look?
You know what? When we broke for hiatus, I planned on growing this until I went back to work in
looks great.
August. So I can blame it on quarantine, but this has been planned.
It looks good.
You
Thank you.
you guys are watching Last Dance, right? Gave you a little flow to get out there and play with the cigar, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, look, and we were talking about how that should win Oscars for the best documentary. That shit is unbelievable.
Great, right?
Yeah. All right, guys.
Unreal,
Well,
man.
nice
You
seeing
know
you.
what? Go play.
Thank you, Anthony.
You're
All right,
welcome.
you guys.
Thank
Okay,
you, guys.
guys. Thanks.
George, go ahead, buddy. Go play.
Cedric, stop talking to people. He stops talking to people at 4 and gets into the zen. Someone bringing some.
George, we
Someone
love you,
just brought
pal.
over some tea. I love you guys. Thank you. This will be a start of a beautiful relationship with you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for
I
having me on.
appreciate it. We
Absolutely.
love you.
buddy.
We love you. Thank you so much, George Lopez.
Cheers. All
Thank
right,
you
guys.
so much. Cheers. That was hysterical.
Boys, so you talk about living the dream, right? We're all quarantined. Those guys are out on the golf course having a good time.
I felt like I was living a little bit of their life just now. Like he was like talking to us. He was driving. I felt like I was George's friend. And you know what? He ended it by saying that he's going to continue this relationship with us, Scotty. That's
It's a beautiful relationship, Suki. Listen, you know what else? We got another guy standing by, very talented.
Let's speed this up. We got a show.
Suki, this show never ends. We got my man Chris Funk, and what I'm going to do is, before we bring Chris on, he comes with his own promo video. Watch this. You ready?
Do it. I'm ready. I want to see the promo video.
We got to get off the golf course, and we got to go to my man Chris Funk right here. Watch this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right, let's bring him in, ladies and gentlemen. There he is.
Hello,
Chris Funk.
Magic.
Oh, look at Scoop right off the bat. You see him? Bang. Chris, how are you, my man?
I'm amazing. Thanks so much for having me on the show. This is fantastic. Normally Magic is like a highlight, but after watching the whole conversation on the golf course, it's like I'm questioning everything now. It's like
I know I'm questioning what am I doing with my life? They're like out there with cigars. It's in Calabasas. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I should be golfing.
And can I tell you something? Yeah, there's not too many celebrities like that who would take the time from a golf game like that to do a show. They'd say, "Hey, man, I'm golfing today. We'll do another time." It was amazing to let people go ahead and just play without you, because I know how guys are into golf, especially George Lopez. That was amazing. But speaking of which, you, my friend, are amazing. So I want you to hit us with the first trick that you have, and then we'll talk a little more, because I want people to see you right off the bat.
Wow. Okay. So, I got so much planned for you. It's like my brain's just firing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I don't even know where to start. The one thing I love about Magic is that I love card tricks. I grew up being a card trick kind of guy. But over the years, I realized that the magic that I love is just using stuff from around the house, like really, really random objects. And so today, just kind of figuring out what I'm going to do for you on the show, I started looking for some random objects, and this kind of sparked my attention. So we're going to do something with some lifesavers.
All right.
Some lifesavers right here.
Nice.
This is really quick. We're just going to take 2 lifesavers. There's 1 and there's 2. We're going to try to see if we can create the impossible with 2 lifesavers in my mouth.
Okay. What are you going to do?
Sleight of tongue.
Women love that, Suki. They love it.
Hold.
And there it is. Oh my gosh. You'll never believe this.
What?
What is that?
Forget linking rings.
Oh my God.
We have linking lifesavers.
Lifesavers. Oh my gosh. What the heck?
I know, it's ridiculous. I don't know where I come up with this stuff. I guess a misspent youth. My parents didn't put me in organized team sports. Otherwise, I'd be golfing right now.
Suki, there's a man who knows how to use his tongue.
I know.
Who are these people?
Who are these people?
Who are these people? No, I got a lot of cool stuff planned. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to move over to my close-up table. I've got a close-up table here with some cards on it. So we're going to just kick over here, and I'm going to show you a really cool card trick, if that's really okay with you. We got here a pack of cards. There we go. We should be live. You see that? Perfect. Yeah. I've got a pack of playing cards. Scott, Suki, which one of you wants to help me out with this?
Go ahead, Scotty.
Go ahead, Sue.
All right, Scott. This is what we're going to do. Normally what will happen is in real life, I would have you actually just reach on in and pull out a card. But obviously that can't happen because we're not going anywhere. So we're going to do something different. I'm going to have you give me a number. We're going to count down to that card. That'll be your card. So give me a number between, let's say, 10 and 20, just for time's sake right now.
17.
17. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now, normally, a typical magician would say, this is your card. This is what we're going to do with your card. But I'm not going to do that. We're going to actually take it a step further. We're going to make your number even more random. So we're going to take 1 and 7. That makes 17. We're going to add them together, and we're going to go back that many cards. So 1 plus 7 is 8. We're going to go to the 8th card down, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is your card right here. Take a look at that. Memorize it. That is your card.
Okay.
Got it?
Got
awesome.
it.
We're going to place that card right back here. We're going to lose that into the pack. We're going to give it a quick little cut, just like so. Here's the deal. Now, I've got a monitor. It's okay that I saw what your card was because that's not what the trick is about. I saw that your card was the ace of spades, so check this out. We're going to take these cards. We're going to spell ace. So A-C-E. We're going to go S-P-A-D-E-S. Just like that. Crazy thing is, we end up at your card just by spelling it like that. Isn't that weird? Just by spelling it. But I know right now that this seems like a typical card trick. You kind of picked a card, I found it, but no, we're going to go a little bit further than that. You see, the crazy thing about this is that the ace that we spelled actually brings us to the three aces right here. And the spade that we actually spelled out brings us to the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of spades. But wait a minute. It doesn't just end there. Because that would be typical. We're going to go a little bit further. If we're playing a game of 5-card stud, how many cards would make up a good hand? Obviously in poker, it's 5 cards, right? So we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 cards to that ace. Now, if we were playing 5-card stud, what would make up the best hand that you could possibly get in 5-card stud?
Oh, a little royal flush.
Royal flush, which is exactly what you have when you play with Chris Funk the Wondrous, because we got the ace.
Oh, my God.
Jack, and a spades. But normally a magician would end right there. We're not going to do that. I know you expect a little bit more of this trick. So this is what we're going to do. We've got here a pack of playing cards. I'm going to do this right close up to the camera. This is faster than you can blink. In fact, this is the world's fastest sleight of hand. I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records for this. I'm not really, but that sounded great, didn't it? Okay,
I believed you.
Shuffle deck. All I got to do is this. And just like that, we end up with the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack King of diamonds, of clubs, and of hearts, leaving us with a perfectly unshuffled pack of playing cards. What do you think about that?
Wow.
That was good.
Incredible.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was good. What was it? De Niro. You're good, You're good.
You're good, You're good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best. See? Okay. Not that I watch a lot of videos during this time of our lives. I've got this. I've got a special little something I want to share with you. Something that I've kind of been known for. It's been able to take me around the world, and I want to share it with you too right now. I might need a third person though. So Suki, you mentioned that you might have a third person mulling around your house. If you could get them, that'd be fantastic. But in order to preface the whole thing here, I've got a couple handkerchiefs. Oh, we got to wait for Suki. Where'd she go?
She went to listen, her husband's always swiffering behind her at this time, and for some reason he's not there now.
What the heck? That's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
I know. Dead time on. Oh, she's back. Awesome. Oh, you found someone. Okay, good. So this is what we'll do.
There you go.
First of all, I've got. Oh, we got more. Excellent. I've got here a white handkerchief. Okay, we're gonna hold that there. We got a black handkerchief right here.
Okay.
This is the deal. We're going to take those handkerchiefs, gather them up.
Watch this.
See if we can cause something really cool to take place here. Check this out. What do you think?
Oh,
what the? Come on.
I know.
I know.
No, I've had the opportunity to travel the world performing a little bit of music, a little bit of magic. So right now I'm going to combine my two passions for you in the form of a little bit of a card trick. You see, I didn't always know that I was going to be a magician. No, I thought I was going to be a musician. Okay, wait, let me rephrase that. My parents told me that I was going to be a musician. I'm sure you're feeling my pain a little bit. No, but at the age of 6, they taught me how to play violin. And at the age of 16, I quit, but I learned my first card trick. And so right now we're going to turn my first passion of music into a card trick. So here's the deal. I got 52 cards. And I'm going to have a couple of you help me out. So, Scott, we're going to start with you. I'm going to get 3 people to help me out with this. So, Scott, Suki, and then Suki, one. I believe those your kids there?
Yep.
Or strangers that you found on the front yard. Whatever, you decide.
She says they're her kid.
Awesome. So here's what the deal is. Scott, I'm going to riffle down a few cards. I need you to say stop because I need 2 more people to say stop while I'm riffling down. So we don't want to go through all of them. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Go ahead. So I go first.
So, Scott, this is going to be on you. You just say stop as I'm riffling down.
Stop.
Right there.
Stop.
Excellent. That's your card.
Yeah.
Memorize it. Got it? Fantastic.
Sure.
Okay, Suki, you're going to say stop next. Ready for this?
Stop.
Right there. Excellent. That's going to be your card. Memorize that. And then whoever the third person is, you just say stop as I'm riffling down.
Stop.
Right there. Excellent. That is your card. Do not forget it. We got the world memorizing all of this. This is fantastic. So what we're going to do is take these cards. We're going to put them back inside of this case here. And then we're going to do something really strange. You see, I realize that music is powerful. It has the ability to move hearts, minds, booty, and today, hopefully, playing cards. One by one, you're going to name your cards out loud, and I'm going to see if I can actually match the song on my violin to the card and cause something really cool to take place. So, Scott, We're going to start with.
Wow.
Oh, actually, no. Who was the last person there that said
Kieran.
stop? I didn't.
Me.
Aaron?
Yep, Karen.
Kieran. All right, Kieran.
Kieran.
Here's the deal. I want you to tell me the name of the card. I'm going to see if I can match the song to the card. You ready for this?
Okay.
Awesome. The card that you picked was?
4 of spades.
4 of spades. So this is how it works. 4 is a small number, a little number, like a kid. Fun, playful. Spades, sophisticated. Always sophisticated. James Bond never threw down a royal flush of diamonds. Always spades. So we need something
Always
fun,
spades.
yet sophisticated. A lot like you. Huh? All right. Anyways, sounds like a job for Mozart. You can get your phones out and Shazam it if you want. Thank you. But check this out. Oh, it was a little too sloppy. We got an ace. Hang on. Hang on.
Oh wow, the card is.
That's what it was. It was that one note. See? The right note brings out the 4 of spades, just like that.
Wow.
I know, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Magic.
Holy
Moving
cow.
along, Suki, the card that you selected was?
King of Hearts.
King of Hearts. Ooh, King. Elegant. Hearts. Elegant.
I'm sure it wasn't.
It's request time. Why don't any one of you just shout out your favorite artist? Anyone at all? Just shout out your favorite artist.
Picasso.
No, that's an art.
My favorite artist.
Music.
Bach? I heard Bach somewhere. I don't know. Scott, was that you? I couldn't have picked a better one myself. To show you that this is not
Bach,
pre-recorded.
yes, love Bach.
I love Bach. Who doesn't love Bach? Bach on a rainy day makes it, yeah. I'm going to show you this is not pre-recorded. I will insert some wrong notes. All right. I don't know when, where, or how many, but they will be there. Here we go. King of Hearts for Suki. What? King of Hearts.
How does,
Last but not
Suki,
least,
how does it come
Scott.
up? How does it just? How does it come up like that?
I don't get it.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Sorry.
Man,
Last but not
That
least,
is
Scott, the
good.
card that you picked was?
Ace of Spades again, my friend.
I know.
Ace of Spades. Well, I am not playing Motorhead. Sorry.
Good
Not
one.
happening. Not happening. Ace of Spades twice in one show. What are the chances of that? That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
You know what? Ace is a pretty high card, pretty high valued card. I mean, we're going to have to do something a little bit more spectacular for such a high valued card. Something like this. I don't know if you're ready for this, but it's something a bit unique. See if we can balance this here on the scroll of the deck like so. There we go. All right, no one breathe. Not that it matters. I mean, you're on the other side of the world. Here we go. Okay. And then from here, see if we can actually balance it just on the fingertips of my left hand. There we go.
Wow.
Wow.
I know. It's unique. It's beautiful. It's awkward all at the same time. Watch for this, though. Here, check it out. Ready? A little snap. That's all it takes. And the card starts moving out of the deck.
What?
So, just like that. One card only. Could it? Should it? Would it? Is it?
Do it all.
It was pretty, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Ace of Spades.
Man,
That was incredible.
that's unbelievable.
Thank you.
Even
Yeah,
if it was wrong, just the fact that they came out of the deck.
Okay, thank you,
two
guys.
of my passions, you know, no big deal.
That was incredible.
Man,
You got time for another big one? This one might hurt you, actually.
let's do it, man. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
it might make you lose a little bit of sleep. But I've got a little black box here. Inside of this black box, I've got a little something. Okay, it's a gift that I bought for someone a long time ago, but I just put it in the box for now. And what I need you to do is I need you to guess how much I spent on this. Now I'm going to give you a hint. 2 hints, actually. It was under $50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was an even number. So there were no cents to it. It was just an even number, but it was under $50.
Okay.
So Suki, I'm going to give you 3 guesses. Scott, I'm going to give you 3 guesses. And Scott, if you could maybe put those 6 guesses at the very end, at the bottom of the screen, just so everyone has a reference, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
But Suki, we're going to start with you. So give me your first guess of what you think
first
is
guess
inside.
is $20.
20. Okay, so the number 20. Okay, that's awesome. $20. So Scott, what is your guess of what's in here? What is your guess?
I'm going to go 34.
34. Okay, so we got 20, we got 34. That's awesome. Suki, give me your second guess.
15.
15. Good guess. Good guess. Scott, 15. What is your second guess?
I'm gonna go. Hold on. You know what I did? It just lost all my numbers that I put in.
We got 20,
Let's see.
34, 15.
20, 34.
34.
20, 34, and
15. Yeah.
And you're
I'm gonna say $39.
39. Okay. Okay. So we think this is a high valued thing that might fit inside of this box. Okay. Maybe that's good.
Yeah.
Suki, your third guess?
I'm gonna go 20. No, we did 20 something. I'm gonna go 26.
26. Okay. Still sticking to the high
so
numbers. I like that. I like that. Scott, what is your third guess going to be?
I'm going to throw you off with a 7.
You just ruined the trick.
Or was it 20? Was it 20 to 40?
7. Okay, so we have what is it? We have 30. We have 20, 34, 15. Do you have them to put them on the bottom there?
Yep, I'm going to put them right up. There we go.
Awesome. They're going to pop up on the screen. 20, 34, 15, 39, 26, and 7. Excellent. So inside of this box, I'm just going to put it on the table here for a second so I can show you how fair this is, okay? Nothing inside of my hands. I'm going to take this lid off, and I'm going to share with you that I've got a little something inside of this box. You see, the reality is what's inside of this box only cost me $1.
Oh.
You know why?
Oh, it's a lottery ticket, Suki.
The lottery ticket. This is a Lotto 649 ticket. This is what we buy here in Western Canada. So I have a habit, which is purchasing losing Lotto tickets. Anyone else have that habit?
Me.
Yeah.
No, that's not the habit. The habit is that I keep them. You see, this is from December. I'm going to see if I can do this without giving away too much. December the 1st, 2018. That's my habit. I actually keep losing Lotto tickets. I had this in my filing cabinet. And today when I was coming onto your show, I thought, man, I got this weird gut feeling. So I took this Lotto ticket out, this Lotto 649 ticket out, and I brought it with me. The crazy thing is if you look close enough to the numbers that I picked, December 1st, 2018, they just happen to match
7,
perfectly.
5,
the 17, the 5, 15, the 20, 26,
Holy
34, and the 39.
Oh, Scotty!
Dude, that's unbelievable. That is Chris, why can't we work on the next lotto? We'll pick them and you do it.
What the hell?
Because it's always after the fact that it works out. Otherwise, I wouldn't be streaming from my house right now. I'd be on my private island.
Or on the golf course.
Lopez on a golf course with George Lopez. Come on, and Anthony. That was
unbelievable. That is unbelievable, man.
That just blew my mind. I don't even know what the hell happened, Jer. Between the card coming out by itself, levitating, whatever it was doing, I don't know. You should have seen my daughter.
Chris, man, that was good.
Like,
Chris, where can people find you, my man? We got a lot of people who you freaked out on here.
Well, all my social media is Chris Funk Magic, one word, and my website is chrisfunkmagic.com. So YouTube, Instagram is kind of my go-to when it comes to posting because of the videos and the pictures. I just love Instagram, but I'm everywhere. So Chris Funk Magic is just kind of my thing. I'm going to leave you with a thought here because I just actually got a little thirsty. So what I want you to remember is what you think you see and know to be real isn't always the same thing. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
This might make you lose sleep. If it does, I'm very sorry. It's gone.
What?
Oh, shit. The whole cup's going, Sue.
What's going on? That was amazing. Don't even know just what happened right now. I'm very confused, but
Jesus.
boy,
There you have it.
That was pretty. Chris, man, you got. Are you married or single?
he's married.
I am married. I've got one heck of a woman for a wife. She's a life coach and keeps me in check.
Wonderful. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, when you met her, real quick.
Lopez to do that.
Yeah. When you met her, did you dazzle her with magic at first or no?
No, she said it was my city boy swagger.
Nice.
What does that even mean?
Suk, if I had Chris's hair, I'd be a movie star, for God's sake.
You can try it on if you want.
He's got hair envy. He's got hair envy, Chris. He really does.
This is stay-at-home hair. This is so long. I had to do like a double comb. I had to get it one way back and then do the whole thing. It's ridiculous.
Unbelievable. Chris, one more time. Where can people get you?
ChrisFunkMagic.com, or all social media is just at ChrisFunkMagic. I love your show. Thank you so much for having me on it. I think this is the start of a fantastic relationship. Just to steal a line from George.
We'll do it again, my friend. We'll do it again. We'd love it.
For sure. I've got some killer stuff that I'm working on with my guitar, actually, that's going to be in my show. It'll actually be on Masters of Illusion this summer on the CW network. But maybe I could rig it up somehow here in my studio to do on your show one day.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Love it, man. It was great. Thank you, pal. That was really amazing stuff.
Thank you so much.
Stay safe, bud.
Thank you.
Suki, these guys are amazing, right?
I don't even know what just happened. Chris Funk just blew my mind. I thought like he was gonna
blow your mind.
I thought like he was gonna take the cup and it was gonna be like tinsel coming out at me. I didn't think that the cup would disappear in front of my face. I was like, what is going on?
It's like imagine like when you were younger, if you like took shrooms and watched that, it would really freak you out. Unbelievable. Wow. Good show tonight, Sue. Good show.
I think we had a great show. What does everybody else think? That's everybody said
listen, between
great night,
Chris and George. You know, this was very, very Kimmel-esque, very Fallon-esque show we had tonight with these guys.
Fantastic. I mean, I got to thank George Lopez for his generosity once again. I mean, like, man, he spent time with us. He was driving the golf court with us. He put, he introduced us to Anthony Anderson. It's fantastic.
And listen, I know George is crazy about golf. The guy loves it. You know, when he and Bill Murray always play the crowds at the Pebble Beach. And I thought it was going to be hey guys, I only have a minute. I gotta catch up to these guys and play. But he really, I almost felt bad keeping him on so long because I know he's probably like, I gotta catch up to these guys.
You know what? The fact that he was like, we'll continue this relationship and this friendship, that was fantastic. Wow. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Great guy. And Chris was great. Tomorrow night, we got another great show. We have our old friend David Gregg coming on. He said he's got some crazy gadgets to show us that people can use in their homes. That'll just really fun stuff. And also Kate Quigley, who is a beautiful girl comedian in LA, single. So we're going to get we're going to get this quarantine single life perspective from her. And due to the fact that she's a very good looking woman as well. And you know what happens? Good looking women on social media get a lot of things from people that they probably would rather not get. So she's always tweeting about that stuff. So we'll have fun with Kate. And that's it. Listen, I had more stuff for you. I'll save it for tomorrow night because it's already 10 after 8 and we're on OT.
We're on OT, everybody. Great show. I mean, we're just building the show. This is pretty fantastic, I gotta say. This is pretty fantastic. I had a great night. All right,
yeah, very fun.
All right, my friend. Have
good stuff.
Good stuff.
I will see you tomorrow.
Back out to the grill.
Yeah, I'm going back outside to the fire. I stink like smoke. It's crazy.
I stink like smoke. All
I
right,
use like a dirty animal, Suki. I stink.
you filthy animal. You're a filthy animal.
Yeah.
Scott. All
I'll
right,
see you tomorrow, babe.
everybody. Thanks for joining us as always. Remember,